The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot the death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people start five. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. Get it, we got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. Get it, we got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
I hope y'all got what you need, cause I don't. Fuck. I'm just mad I gotta go to work. Fuck going to hell like that. But if there was a hell, we'd still be kicking it down there live with the Star 5, because we are good everywhere we go. Y'all know who I am. I'm the man that passed the cop of Pepsi to end racism. Y'all remember that commercial?
You didn't do a good job.
You know, it's just, here you go. Here's a Pepsi. All our problems are solved. But the one problem that we need y'all to solve the best, that ain't a problem. It's a good issue in your life. Hit that hook shrub box next to Tyrone's head. Use the code START5.
Oh, he got the box.
Yeah, that's right.
He got the box today. You see them smile on his face. That's what happens when you get the box.
Oh my God. I'm here. I'm ready to rock. Ready for this show. I'm fortunate. I don't gotta go to work till Tuesday. Not to rub it in, Dan. I ain't rubbing it in. I'm just saying, you know.
More money.
I'm off till Tuesday, but yeah, I'm ready to go. I had a good work week, and I'm refreshed. And I got my friend with me.
Nice. And our other friend with us.
Here. Anyway, yeah, the week has been good. Had a good weekend, solid weekend. I wish I played better in ball this morning. That was a waste of energy, but I feel good. So somebody switched my work from home day, so I don't have to be in the office till Wednesday, Tyrone. So I'm home tomorrow and Tuesday.
Well, see, I would have been right there with y'all.
I only got to be in the office for 2 days. It's Wednesday and Thursday, and I'm back home Friday to work from home again. Fucking nice. And it's pay week. Let's go.
I would have been right there with y'all if it wasn't for this little bit of bullshit ass snow that happened. The snow forced us to work full force today. I'm probably gonna have to work tomorrow, which actually works out because then it'll look like I worked the holiday, so to charge me and push me back some. Because I wasn't supposed to return back to work till Tuesday, and then only have to work Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I was out Thursday to Saturday. So I'm complaining, and originally I only had to work 2 days, and this was coming off of I was just on a week vacation, away from the shithole country that I work in. But I got my Steam Deck finally. It's in the case. I just got to get used to, dealing with that. But yeah, I'm
take you as one upper though. You know what I mean? You didn't have to one up me on that, man. I never thought you would do such a thing, but you know.
One up you with what?
No, TJ tried to one up me because I said I'm off to Tuesday, and he's like, I only got to go till Wednesday. You know what I mean? He mad because I got the box. He mad because I got the box. That's all.
Well, if
not
this
your
was,
color.
if this was going according to my plan, I had y'all both beat because I only would have had to work 2 days this week. But that failed.
I'm only at 2 days this week too.
Oh, excuse me.
It's
So yeah, you
Wednesday.
won. The top beat us. It's all right.
Wednesday, Thursday. I gotta be at work. So Dan, you guys out full force because you're doing like cleanup with the snow? Like the big shit you put the piles up, you're cleaning that up today?
Nah, well, there shouldn't be no big piles because this snow was actually stayed a little bit longer than the last time it snowed. Like the last time it snowed, which was the start of my vacation, it was heavier, but it was like more rain and watery. But like that snow when I was outside shoveling, that shit was like 90-mile-an-hour fastball snowball kind of snow.
Oh, the wind was whipping like that.
No, it wasn't the wind. It was the wetness in the density of the snow. Like you pretty much would pack an ice ball, and you could be Randy Johnson killing pigeons.
We definitely got 8 inches out here. We definitely had 8 inches.
But that's up there though. It's different.
Let me tell y'all how bad the snow fucked me up this week, right? So then Brian does the UWO podcast, and I was going to drive up there after work to go do the show. And Brian was like, nah, you can't drive up here because it's going to be a snowstorm. We're not going to do the snow. We're not going to do the show because the snow going to be all fucked up. And so then I made plans not to go. And then around 5:30, they was all like, hey, the snow ain't shit like they said it was, so we doing the show. So I kind of got fucked out of being on there. I was going to be on there live, but I got fucked out of it because the snowstorm was supposed to be something that it wasn't.
Yeah, I heard them talking about it. And that's a trip. Brian already knows. Kyle, Eddie, they already know. That's a trip that been in the works for me to make, but I can't make that trip without my wife and the kids because there's places up there that my wife already got planned to eat at. So I have to like make it a whole weekend type of deal, and
I'm taking it on Tuesday.
That's nice.
And it's not a short drive.
Yeah, I know.
So to do that like after work, like what are you just gonna go record the UWO at like 1 a.m. with them? It's like a 5-6 hour drive.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna go. I'm planning to try to be there by like 7 or 8.
Oh, well, you're gonna take off Tuesday.
So I'm going to work at 3. You getting to work at 3 or 2 then?
I'm going to work and then I'm going jet out. Like when I gotta, get on the road.
Yeah, you gotta.
What time you get off?
I don't get off originally till 4. So even if I get off at 4, I won't make it there till like 9.
Yeah, you're not gonna make it.
Bro, you're gonna be in a hard rush hour, man.
Huh?
You're gonna be in a harder rush hour by the time you leave, man.
No, I'm going, but it's like where I'm working at right now. I'm right on 95. Like 95 is literally 2 minutes from the job site, so I'm gonna be on 95 right away.
Yeah, but like, what part? Like, are you like near the Ben Franklin 95? Like that far? Are you in Philly or are you in Jersey?
I'm in Jersey.
Oh, you're working in Jersey?
Yeah.
South? Or what part of Jersey?
All our work went mostly South Jersey, but I'm kind of like near closer near the Delaware.
Oh, area. You are. So you're already 2 hours South Jersey. I'm not trying to hamper or damper your mood. I'm just that feat is leave work at 12 o'clock.
But
because Rhode Island ain't. It's a fucking hike. It's a hike for me on Staten Island. And I'm already an hour plus, an hour and a half from where you would be at working, just to get to Staten Island.
Yeah, because from New York it's 3 hours to Boston, and I'm not close. You know what I'm saying? I'm still. So you gotta go, and that drive through Connecticut is crazy. That's what kills you. Connecticut That drive through Connecticut is crazy. But
For my job,
if you leave early enough, you can make it.
For my job to Rhode Island, it said 4 hours and 35 minutes.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay, that's not the worst.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm good with that.
All right.
I'm gonna make that run up.
I'm gonna make it.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just talk to Brian today and see if they can do it. If they would do the show tomorrow instead of Tuesday.
And leave early. They used to do it on Mondays.
Well, I'm gonna ask him as soon as we get off here. I'm gonna be like, Brian, can you do the show tomorrow?
Or
We'll see.
they used to do it Mondays,
But I gotta get in that studio with them, bro. I gotta get in there.
oh yeah. You and Kyle can double team Eddie.
No, Eddie's my man.
No, but Eddie's your man, but Eddie's team AEW over WWE, while you're a WWE guy like Kyle. But you're a Shawn Michaels, my bad. You're a Michael Hickenbottom guy like Brian.
Let's address that since we keep bringing it up. Why he Michael Hickenbottom though?
So real quick.
Because that's his name.
So real quick.
No, what did he do? I know why y'all told me why Hulk Hogan earned the Terry Bollea. So why y'all calling Sean Hickenbottom now? Like,
I am.
No, they did it on the UWO podcast too. They kept calling him Hickenbottom.
Well, and that's Brian's man. That's his goat too, like you. It ain't because he done nothing. It's just because I feel like saying it.
All right. Cool.
So
even though he probably was a scumbag back in the backstage too and all that.
All wrestlers are scumbags.
What's up, TJ?
So for the first time in a long time, I watched wrestling the other day, and it was this tag team called DIY or DIY or something like that.
Yeah, Johnny Gargano and Ciampa.
They were doing all that technical shit. I like, going off the ropes, flipping each other, reversing shit. I was like, this is the wrestling I remember right here. This is the wrestling I like.
Well, you have to see that on WWE. You got to stick it out for the long haul because you're gonna get more the entertaining with some of the wrestling.
Yo, hold on. I just peeped something, right? Okay. I just peeped something real quick. Why y'all didn't give me the memo? Now, Dan, you've been putting little shit under your name. And now TJ got shit under his name. Oh, come in here late with shit under his name.
Damn, why
that was on you. We didn't discuss
fix
this.
It. You can change it right now.
We didn't discuss this.
Go to settings. Wait a second. I
know how to do it. I'm just saying y'all didn't tell me y'all were gonna start doing that.
So do it. I've been doing it since and Jamal has been killing it before we started doing this shit. But he was just say former quarter water salesman.
Yeah. I mean, I'm only doing it now because I got new technology, so I can do it.
And I just read old Jordan. It's funny because it says, in the building when he don't ever really be in the building.
Well, he in the building today. But TJ said he don't have the win, but he got the win too. But what up, O?
What's good, fellas, man? I'm just listening to y'all, man. Trying to get it where I fit in.
Yeah, no, ain't nothing. You ain't missed nothing. We just talking shit. Before we let Tyrone talk shit about Monique because he wanted to bring that up because I just tell you now, I ain't watch it. I don't want to watch it.
You want to watch it, baby?
I ride with DL Hughley in their little beef, and that's that. That's my take on it. Go ahead, Tyrone.
Why you want to just assume that I want to talk shit about Monique? I do.
It's just calm down.
But here's the thing, right? Monique went on Club Shay Shay, and I think that was a whole. I'm gonna piggyback off this Cat Williams shit. That's what I think she went there for. That's what I think the whole call. I'm like, why is we doing that, right? Absolutely. And then Monique went on that show to talk about the same thing that she's been talking about for almost 4 years now. She just went on there and just spit the same old shit. So it's like, and then she goes, I'm trying to resolve things. I want to be sweet with my babies and all that. But it's been 4 years and you ain't resolved none of that shit. what effort are you putting forth? Like this was a bunch of bullshit to me. The thing is like, Monique, you still have subsequently done nothing since you started all of this shit. You've done nothing. Your Netflix special was you talking shit about the shit that you've been talking about. You didn't do nothing funny. You just came on there and still vented. Still talked about DL, still talked about Tyler Perry, still talked about all this shit. And it's like this story been going on for 4 years and I'm sick of hearing it. And now she got a platform where she's working now with 50 Cent. She's got a platform that somebody let her on, and you went back on a new platform to talk about 4-year-old shit again. And I'm just like, I was sympathetic to her when it happened, and now I'm just tired of it.
You know, Tyrone, I'll be honest with you. I have to agree with everything you just said, and hearing and listening to you is like, yo, you mean to tell me that after 4 years, after 4 or 5 years, you have not resolved anything? You've been on Club Shay Shay, you've been on Steve Harvey's show. So it leads to me to believe that yo, maybe it's you. You know, I mean, initially we went in there thinking that, okay, Oprah and Tyler Perry are the gatekeepers, but maybe it's you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I told y'all I got nothing, so don't die down on me. TJ, I muted you. Unmute yourself when you're ready to talk, because the wind is going crazy. But yeah, I told y'all I got nothing on this other than, like I said, I fuck with what DL Hughley responded to after the fact. And y'all could go to his Instagram and all that shit to see that. It's about 2+ weeks old now. But yeah, I don't have nothing for nor against Monique. You know, I need to watch the special that she was fighting for all these years. She was fighting, which that's the real thing that I would want to talk about. Like, everybody's out there like, y'all, yeah, but I deserve this opportunity. I deserve this opportunity. I felt the same way about a lot of shit, especially when it comes to the podcasting world and things like that. Yeah, I deserve. I've been doing this shit for so long. Yada, yada, yada. But the one thing that I've learned is within all of this creative space, fuck waiting for the big time to come get you. If you want to do some shit, go do that shit yourself.
No, damn.
You know,
Here's
so
my
like, you don't have to. Here's my thing, me. Just hold on a second, because my point is, if you wanted a special, right? Especially this is going to comedians, right? But if you wanted a special, it don't take much other than to bring some camera. I'm sure you know people that got cameras. Get the club to set up for you. Record spot from spot to spot to spot. And you can put some shit together, throw it up on YouTube, and make it your own way. Just like Ali Sadiq was doing. Just like I forgot dude's name, but
Funny as too.
Godfrey brings him up all the time. Like you know, but yeah, there's so many people out there for years. You don't get this opportunity, you don't get that opportunity, you don't get that opportunity, but you want yourself to give yourself a good look. Guess what? The means and the ability in today's time to go get it yourself is still there. You don't need you don't need Hollywood executives no more. You don't need to have Netflix give you whatever. Would it be dope? Yes. But you don't need to have these places give to you anymore. You can record your own shit and then sell it if you're willing to sell your IP away that eagerly.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or
it's
upload it.
out there to go get for yourself. Go ahead, Tyrone. My bad.
Not even that. The thing is, we doing our podcast, we doing ourselves, right? But if some big company or some big podcasting people or somebody in Hollywood said, hey, starting 5, we feel like you deserve this spot and we're going to give it to you. Us, we going to go on there and we going to kill that shit. We going to prove to them that they was right for picking us. She said she deserved it. Netflix gave it to her. And then what did she do? She used that as a way to rant about shit she already was ranting about. She didn't kill it.
Tyrone. But here's the thing. You're assuming that I would just say, yeah, we're going to do that. I would have to see what they're putting on the table. When you're just talking in assumption of what you're saying we going to do, I don't just run to, oh, they giving us a bag, we gonna do that. You're right about the Monique situation, but don't ever put that the Star Five is just
No,
gonna Hollywood's gonna come to us and we just gonna go,
man.
yes sir, master, yes
I
sir.
know.
We coming for your bag, sir.
I
Nah,
said
it
if
don't work
we
that
did
way.
it, we would kill it. I said if we did it,
Oh
we
yeah,
would
yeah.
kill it.
If we did it, we'd kill it.
Yeah. I said if we did it. I ain't say we was just gonna do it.
Yeah, the way you made it sound is like we
I
gonna
said
take
if.
it
The
and we
word
gonna kill
means
it.
if,
Like we
Dan.
gonna take
It means if. It means if, bro. I said if. Don't try
Unless it was a spliff, then we be getting high.
right. Right, but my bad. But yeah, TJ, you got anything on this, or you still gonna stay? Like I said, I muted you only because of the wind.
You did right, because then the big ass wind blew right by after that. I mean, we're all saying the same thing. Like she's not moving past the bullshit, and she's not doing anything to make her situation better at all. She just wants to play the victim and somebody to come and rescue her, and it's not happening. I thought she was funny early in her career, and as she got going on, her stand-ups became progressively worse. So I don't find her funny at all anymore. So
she's bitter. She's bitter now.
She's doing bitter comedy. That's what it is, and it's whack. I can see if you were making fun of yourself in the process of it, maybe that would be funny. But yeah, it's whack.
It's like the alcohol commercials back in the day, the drunk driver commercials. Know when to say when, and some people don't know when to say when. Some people don't know, hey, that's been my time. Like Cat Williams mentioning all these people like Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer, people like that, like people that we don't see them doing stand up no more because their time in the arena they kind of recognize has passed. Even though stand up is one of those things that you can do your entire life if you continue to keep that sword sharp. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can look at everybody. Rodney Dangerfield, Red Fox, fucking what's his name? Don
George Carlin.
Rickles, George Carlin, till prior till he was gone. Like it's one of those.
Dean Martin's old ass was still doing comedy till like he died. That motherfucker was like Bob Hope, the
Exactly.
eternal god of the Bob Hope Christmas special. That dude did well into his 80s and shit.
Paul Mooney was my man.
Word.
But I'm speaking of stand up, right? I just wanted to do this before we get off it. I don't know if y'all watch Wildin' Out, but there's a white girl on there, Maddie with the Fatty on Wildin' Out, right? And she's corny little white girl on Wildin' Out.
You had me at hello, sir. I'm about to check it out.
But I didn't know that she did stand up, and now I've determined some of her stand up, and this girl's wow. And I just wanted to give her a shout out, like Maddie with the Fatty from Wildin' Out, the white girl. And the way she does her stand up is she goes there and she'll start talking and doing her routine, but then like she'll start interacting with people in the audience. And I know that can't be planned unless they plan for that person to come there. I don't know, but the way she interacts with the people in the audience is funnier than her routine. So
well, I gotta see that to determine myself too, because like I just like most things that I watch, like I even watch comedy with like an analysis eye. Part for the humor, but yeah, with an analysis because it was something that I wanted to attempt at one time. So I tried to watch in like a diagnosis and constructing how to do. And a lot of people that retreat to crowd work, you got to really look at them like is your set really that good? You know what I'm saying? Like, for you to say that her crowd work was funnier than her set, I gotta see for myself. I'll just say it like that. I gotta see for myself because I ain't no
So,
comedy expert. I've been a fan for who could tell you how fucking long, absolutely. But I ain't no comedy expert. But I do know that if you retreat to crowd work early, you could be funny, but Are you really that stand? I don't know. Like I said, I gotta see for myself.
I have a question. Do you think that? Do you think that? And this is a question I've bounced back and forth for myself for a long time. Do you think that a lot of these stand-ups have plants where they have somebody in the crowd or
No,
whatever?
no, I don't.
Nah,
Nah,
nah.
nah. Maybe
I,
some of these new school kids, but like the veterans, nah. That's pure
I,
skill and quick
Then
wit.
Nah,
then
then
they like going off the top with the freestyle.
right,
They practice for the heckling. They
right,
want that shit. Some of
but
the
no,
dudes want
Some,
that shit.
right.
some,
but this
yes.
Some.
Right. So then wouldn't that make them naturally a funny person as opposed to you're not writing the shit down. You're just going off the top of your head, you know,
But there's a
interacting.
huge.
no,
Oh, I know exactly what you're trying to explain, and there is a huge difference between being naturally funny and stand up funny. Because when I was around people often, naturally funny, but I have yet to be able to turn it over to try to say, let me try this shit on stage because I respect it a little bit too much. That is like, I've never tried this shit on stage.
but that. Oh, you making my point? Like that's what I was saying. Like
Peace
her
to the
crowd
homie
work.
Juno. Haven't talked to this brother in a minute. Go follow, go follow That's Absurd Podcast, by the way. Go follow That's Absurd Podcast. Those are our Haitian podcast brothers down in Florida.
Uh-oh.
No, but that's what the point I was making was her crowd work is so good that it made me believe that she set those people up to be there. Because in my mind, I'm like, it ain't no way you could just pick this dude out and go on him that good. So I'm like, did she already know this dude was coming in, set him up, and then pick like what she was gonna say? Because some of her crowd work, dude, is just that good to me that it's like for her to come, if she came up with that off the top just by picking a person in the crowd to talk to, that shit is outrageous. And that's why I was
Yeah, well,
saying like maybe
I
she
be seeing
planted them people in there. It's too good.
I see the kid, and we haven't seen a lot of his clips in recent times, but the kid Matt Rife, he was making it big off of his clips all over everywhere.
IG, yeah, yeah.
But it was
He
mostly
got a
crowd
Netflix
work
special out
clips.
of it.
Yeah, but it was mostly crowd work clips. But then
Right.
everybody also said that not that kid has been grinding in like, doing shows and out there for a very long time before the crowd work stuff. But of course, because today's quick hit kind of, society that we live in, the crowd work is what hit as far as to get
Right.
people out there. But they was just like, no, he's actually a fantastic stand-up also.
That shit was a
You know what I'm
perfect
saying?
storm.
Y'all see, I mean, since we're here, did y'all see the joint with David Lucas? Who, and funny enough, I was watching Roast Me almost all morning. Shout outs to All Def Digital and the Roast Me show that they had. But he was a regular on that. He was a dude who's funny as hell in the roasting. I've seen some of his stand up jokes and shit too, by way of like seeing a lot of the Kill Tony clips and things like that. The dude is funny. But then, did y'all see the recent video of him where he decided to start a joke off about George Floyd, and it made people get up and leave?
Okay, that's the fat black dude.
Yeah, if you want to simplify it to that,
I
yes,
know because
fat black
I didn't
guy.
know his name. I didn't know his name. I
Damn,
didn't
some
know his
type of
name. But I
way
saw
about
that
that.
clip. I said, yo, damn, that's me being innocent. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know his name. I'm listening to you, but I saw the clip, and yo, if I was in the stand, I would have got up and left too because it was cheap. It was cheap, and it wasn't funny to me. And it was to me, it was insensitive. And I'm like, yo, a lot of the shit was too soon. You know
Well,
what I'm
so all
saying?
right, so all right, well, because I'm on some like I can't say it's too soon because George Floyd happened years ago, but I could say that there's time and place. But then, as a fan of comedy, that I've always believed that nothing should be off limits.
Okay. So my response to that is, how do I say this? You, although you're a comic, you should have some sort of response. You should have some sort of decorum, I guess, for
Moral
lack of a better
value.
word.
You want moral value. That's what you're
Moral
looking for.
value. You don't. There's certain jokes you don't crack, especially, and if I may sound insensitive when I'm saying this, especially when you have white people in your crowd and they're laughing harder at these jokes, at these George Floyd jokes, than the black folks.
Well,
Man,
we wasn't there to be fair with that. We wasn't there, and there were black folks in that crowd laughing too.
they
Like
were,
like the
they
one
were.
dude that he made the joke with at the end, where he was just like, "You don't really want to leave. That's they your ride though. You gotta go because they your
Yeah,
ride."
yeah. And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, but
And he was like, yeah. You're right. But there should have been a point where you would have been like, oh, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go. Let me go on to the next joke. You know
no,
what I'm
Nah,
saying?
I'm gonna let you go, Tyrone. But I'm not speaking in again. I'm not speaking from a place of I'm saying what he did was okay, nor am I giving him passes. This is just for conversation's sake to push the conversation. Because I mean, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have wrote a joke that led down that path.
Right. That's my
But
whole
if you're
thing.
but if
Like,
you're but if you're known as a button pusher, push the button.
but there's certain buttons that, yo, fucking oh my god, Corey Holcomb would not have written that joke, and he is Professor Button Pusher.
I'm not
He's
going to speak
bad.
for Corey. I'm not going to speak for Corey Hogan because that man has said some shit. So we don't know if what he would have said in that situation. But go ahead, Tyrone.
I
Here's
agree
my
with
thing.
you, Dan. Comedy should have no limits because there's humor in every situation. Even if it's a bad situation, there's humor in everything, right? And so comedy doesn't have no limits. And in my case, the point to you, Big O, is this: if you watch a movie and an old lady falls down the steps, you're gonna laugh because that shit is funny in a movie, right?
Fuck
But
yeah.
in real life though, old lady falling down the steps is not funny shit. That's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna laugh too.
But I'm just saying,
Oh,
that's the concept though. In a comedic movie, you can put an old lady, like a 90-year-old lady, falling down the steps, and you will laugh. It's funny.
Damn, why
But
she
in
gotta be
real life,
90,
if that was your grandmom, in real life, if that was your grandmom,
Tyrone,
you
why
would
she
be
gotta be
like,
90? Could she be like 75?
I'm just
Yeah, but
saying.
see, but you can't
That's
put
how
that
comedy
stink on it.
goes. It's
can't
funny
put
for
that
real,
stink.
but it's not though. It ain't supposed to be.
But you can't put that stink on it of if that was yours. No, because man, when kids get hurt all the time, when kids fall, when my kids fall, I'm done. Forget I love seeing kids get hurt.
You're
It's
fucked
some of
up.
the funniest shit ever.
It is.
He's Dan's fucked up.
But it's
I
not
am.
supposed to be.
I
It's not
am.
supposed to be, but it's comedy though. You found the humor.
Dan like
in
that
it.
video where a kid jumped off the second floor. He was like Superman. He was like boom, and he got right back up. Fuck said, yeah, you won't do
Or
that
the
shit
crackhead,
again.
the crackhead that did the fucking backflip off the top of that like 2 or 3 story building.
Shit.
Remember that?
Yo, what
Yeah,
about the one this past week where the dude, the guy, yo, he could have been on a podcast. He's our age. Fucking walked out the house, bust his ass, and slid down the rest of the steps.
Oh yeah.
Right?
But see, what's hilarious
Oh
about
yeah.
what's
Yeah,
hilarious
he
about
fucked
shit
up.
like that is we actually been through that shit. We all fell on ice like that though. We all fell on ice like that.
It was like, oh shit.
honestly, I respect what you're saying there, but I think I can do stand up because I feel like I know how to tell a joke, and that's a big part of stand up.
That part.
And I think
that part.
I'd be good at that.
It's how to tell. It's being okay, right? And that's the difference, Dan. That is the difference between being funny and being a stand-up. You know how to tell a joke or whatever. You know how to set up a joke, and yes.
I trust me.
The delivery.
I'm telling y'all.
Delivery.
I'm telling y'all. That's what I'm saying is I get it. My thing is, it's like I just haven't crafted. Like to be honest with you, I'm sitting on a book that's in my car, right? That's over 20 years old with jokes that I started writing that, to be honest with you, a couple of them I've never really heard anybody still to this day talk about that I could probably use. But my thing is the formulation and crafting them the proper way to make it get delivered the right way. Y'all know I could talk. Obviously, conducting all these fucking upfront and personal fucking convention spots and things like that, hosting the hip hop character. I can be on stage. The comedy thing, though, I carry it, and I carry it like if I was a veteran, which I'm not. I haven't even attempted it, but I carry it with a certain level of respect that I, not everybody can just go do that shit, and that's a part of the issue within today is that not everybody can just go do that shit. It's just like, and I'm a segue to this. It's just like DJing. Shout outs to the brother Rob Swift who's been out there killing it on the Wu Tang Vegas residency. But I only mentioned him to segue into the Wu Tang joint that Tyrone wanted to talk about was because he talks about it often. It's just like you still gotta crawl before you get up and walk and try to run. Yes, it's easy to become a DJ now by way of just grabbing a controller and then just trying shit. But there's still certain techniques, there's still certain aspects that you need to learn and respect to be a DJ, to be considered a true like DJ. You know what I'm saying? Before you, and that's how I view the same thing with comedy. Yeah, it's cool. We all funny in the cipher. We all can make each other laugh. And TJ, you know this for real because we've been around each other long enough to. We're all funny in the fucking cipher.
Legendarily funny, sir.
But but that shit just hits different. It just
Yeah,
hits
you
different.
can't take that conversation and put it on a comedy show. That's what it is. You can't
Right.
take that conversation and put it in a stand up unless you set it up the proper way. And you're good at storytelling. You got to know how to tell a story and deliver a joke within the story. I think I could
Right.
do
And
that because I'm a visual person, and I like to. When people tell me when I tell jokes like that, they can see it actually happening. So that's why I say
right.
that's the key there. You want somebody to see the joke.
Word. And to keep it fair before we move to the Wu-Tang residency, um, none of us was at that show to even hear how that was finished. And this is one of those problems within the social media, clip-based content. We don't get the full story. Like TJ, you displayed last week when we was talking about the Cam Newton and Warren Sapp conversation. You gave context to the rest of what wasn't shown out there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit we don't get because we don't know what the rest of the joke from David Lucas was. Was all we heard him say was F George Floyd, and then watch people leave. So we only got a piece of the story, and we heard him say the stupid. I like Kyle. I'm not saying is the rest of that maggot's name. But you know what I'm saying? Like this is part of the issue that we're in when it comes to the clip-based kind of commentary.
Yeah, yeah, it's ridiculous, and and people are just gonna run with that like it's the truth, without there's no context. You can't show something without context. You need to see context, whether it's wrong or not. You still need to see the context and what happened to give you a better perspective, or at least a common sense idea of what happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but that was it. My bad on the messed up segue because Tyrone wanted to talk about the boys from my borough and Brooklyn killing it in Vegas. Like I've just been seeing
Killing it.
clips and I've just been seeing clips of it. Obviously, I ain't go out there myself. I don't think any of y'all went to Vegas to see them yet. But again, shout out to the homie Rob Swift. I seen him killing it with the Wu-Tang Clan live in Vegas. Had to be a freaking, amazing experience to be a part of and shit, man. But yeah, Tyrone, what you wanted to speak on about that?
Okay, so first of all, we already know like rapping and hip hop and all that it's always got to break barriers. every time. Hip hop artists always got to try to break barriers, and then like we was talking about it last week with where Jay-Z got to, as far as coming from hip hop and getting to his position where he got to. He broke barriers, and we would strive to be like that. And for all his time, Vegas residencies, it's always been like Britney Spears, Celine Dion, like people like that. And you never would think like for it to be hip hop artists. Yeah, I would think somebody like Jay-Z might could get it. And because of where Drake is at now, Drake might could get something like that. But for Wu-Tang to be grimy, to be that old as they are, to be from way back in the day, and to be like never fitting the stereotypical white man's hip hop. You know what I mean? For all that to be going on, for Wu-Tang to actually end up with a Vegas residency, to me, I thought that's like a step. That's like a barrier being broken for other rap artists to get something like that. You know what I mean? Especially later on in their career where most of their money has to come from concerts and touring and things like that. To have a Vegas residency, that's a star move. Like that's a big thing for a group like the Wu-Tang Clan. So I just wanted to like give them props and like put that out there that like we're making strides in the industry.
Any y'all want to go before I freaking?
Yeah, so I do.
Yeah.
I'm totally with everything you're saying, Tyrone. Wu-Tang is breaking barriers as far as a rap group doing residency there. But my question is, these guys are still working. There's still a working group. It's not like it's the Rolling Stones going in, right? Like Meth is doing his thing with Power. Deck is still coming out with music. Raekwon's still coming out. All these guys still come out with music. If these guys were there on every set date, then yeah, it's but if it's gonna be you got and a couple of guys,
Nah, I think they signed up for the whole Wu-Tang to be there, or else they wouldn't have done it. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You didn't see the entire Wu-Tang Clan and Old Dirty Son. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're there to see. And I've seen them live twice, and they always threw down killer shit. The best song I saw when I was in Atlanta and I went to A3C, they performed for 2.5, almost 3 hours, and what was dope was that Griselda opened up for them, and I wasn't really on Griselda like that until I saw them at A3C, and I was like,
how many years ago was this?
About 5 now.
Okay.
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
So nobody knew Griselda back then.
No, I mean people knew Griselda. I just was late to the party, so because they was putting out shit every week at that time with their mixtape shit, and I was like, that's too much. But yeah, because not only did they did the 25th anniversary of the Into the 36 Chambers, then they started doing their all side shits, and that was crazy. It was like, what y'all want to hear? Deck and Ray started doing their shit. Jizza started doing his shit from the fucking Shaolin shit. It was dope. Meth did a couple of his joints. It was crazy, bro.
So they was all
there for
there.
5 hours. We would have been rocking with them the whole fucking night. They were all there. They were all there. It was fucking fire.
Okay.
So the point that I wanted to get into off of this, and the way Tyrone set this up is, to me, this is where this was supposed to kind of evolve to. Wu-Tang, you can consider, as you said, white people type hip hop. Well, rap. Let me get back to who I am. Rap, not hip hop. Because the number one, they are ultimate representatives of the culture. But Wu-Tang they're beyond a scope of cultural background. We're talking about Negroes who adapted Chinese lore. Lore and Chinese mythology and shit like that by way of the RZA. But they have been.
I'm sorry, Dan, but it was it was a seamless transition because we all watched Kung Fu at the same time, Saturday mornings. So it wasn't like it was oh, what's this? We enjoyed it. We was like, oh shit, okay. I know what movie that's from. You know what I'm
because that
saying?
was part of the culture. That was part of the
Right.
culture. Oh, that was
The
part of
Kung
the
Fu,
culture
right.
at
The
that time.
Saturday morning cartoon karate flicks, that was part of the
Yeah,
culture.
that was part of the culture. So when you heard the skits, you was like, I know this movie, I know that movie,
Yes.
I know these
Yes.
lines, I know where this is coming from. So yeah,
So not to squash what y'all were talking about, because that was just a further explanation of how ingrained in the culture they were. Their musically, and their personas and all of that, like, again, transcended cultural backgrounds forever. The RZA damn near does orchestral style music. Would be perfect for a stage show in Vegas. To get all nine members with Old Dirty's son, and I say it like that because the late great Dirk McGirt, the real OG, is no longer with us, and Capadonna is there and was always one of the originals. Just happened to be in jail at that time. But for me to be like, yo, Staten Island's got a residency, one of the first rap residencies. I'm sure there might have been others we don't know about, but one of the first like known rap residencies in Vegas is huge. It's fucking big time to see Staten Island and Brooklyn represented on that kind of level
Right.
for the culture of hip hop
we're
and rap
giving them
music.
we're giving them their flowers now. Oh, we're
That's
giving them
pretty
their
much it.
flowers now. That's
Yes.
basically what that is.
Yes.
Pretty
Yeah,
much it. It's
yeah.
it's fucking it is a major thing. And again, just to answer Tyrone in the way he set it up, there's no who would have thought in my respect. This is where it's supposed to get to eventually. Because you're talking about global icons that set tables before a Jay-Z. Well, before Jay-Z pop, that is. But well before a Drake, for Drake to be able to be where he's at now in some sort of a way. You know what I'm saying? For almost all of these groups to be in other top notch people like the Wu. I'm full bias. The Wu was the greatest rap group ever. I don't care. You can throw Run DMC out there. You can throw. I don't care. Somebody needs to surpass the original OG greats, and they've done it. And in my opinion, haven't been topped. Y'all can say what the fuck y'all want about their albums. Yes, some of them are better than the others. Some of them are worse than the others. That happens with everybody. Not everybody, I'm sorry, not everybody's a master ace where every fucking project is flawless victory. You know what I'm saying? Those come far and few. Those
Shout
come
out to
far
Master
and few.
Ace.
Those come far and few. But Wu Tang Clan, there's a reason why they say that they ain't nothing to fuck with. And yeah, big props to them. And yeah, I see your hate and disdain. I ain't sharing your comments on this because it's all disrespect. Plus, you made me jealous for the fact that you even went to the Wu Tang and Rage Against the Machine tour, and you're holding malice against guys who were younger and didn't properly know how to tour well. And that whole tour was a mess when you hear the stories about it. But I digress on that because we're gonna keep it in Vegas. We are going to keep it in Vegas, and we're gonna close out with Pat Mahomes Senior's son is smoking on that Purdy pack, and the Kansas City Chiefs are smoking on that Purdy pack, to where younger doesn't equate to unprofessional. To a point, I agree with you on that, but it's contextual. It's contextual when it comes to when it comes to certain things, when rap, hip hop culture, touring back in them time. A little different, brother. But we can have that conversation later for another day. But anyway, back to the big game. because we
Super
don't
Bowl.
pay to say that name. But the Super Bowl,
Whoops.
man. I mean, we're gonna give it to the one person who picked the losing team to go first. You got to unmute yourself to do that.
Oh,
TJ.
that'd be you,
Wow.
TJ.
Wow.
TJ.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, O.
He's like, wake up. Come on, TJ. Come on, TJ, wake up.
Yo, I mean, San Fran's defense let them down. That's the moral. That's the end all be all right there. San Fran's defense let them down. Also, the guy missed a key field goal in the early part of the third quarter or something like that.
Extra point was blocked.
But yeah, was that it? The extra point? Yeah, the extra point was blocked. Yeah. So I read some article later that the San Fran didn't understand the overtime rules and the coach didn't. That's on y'all. That's on y'all then for not understanding if the game could go into overtime, what the rules are. I don't want to hear that shit. You just make yourself look even worse saying that you didn't understand that. But
that's
you shouldn't put yourself.
That's on us.
You should have put your defense should have put you in that situation anyway, though. They had the game at hand. Purdy did what he had to do. You can't say shit about Brock Purdy. He did what he had to do and went down on the first possession and got a touchdown. Not a field goal, a touchdown. So
now the only thing I kept trying to say afterwards was like, damn it, this moment feels like we're proving Tyrone's whole argument right. Because I was happy the Chiefs won. Because as y'all see my post, I was like, hooray, the 49ers didn't win. But I was reverting back to the way we was talking last week and just Tyrone and his go out there and win me the game. and
Brock Purdy did that though. Brock Purdy did that. He went out and won the game for San Francisco.
And TJ, I'm just trying to set Tyrone up to start cooking, but that point right there, all of everything that we said last week about the whole quarterback and the game manager nonsense, it all came true within that game. Because Brock Purdy was out there playing to win the game as the game manager that he's supposed to be. But Patrick Mahomes was managing his offense to win. It all happened. And we're going to get there in a minute, but there's somebody else that should have been fired from San Francisco, and it wasn't the fucking defensive coordinator. I didn't want to jump off the ledge too far with that just yet. But Tyrone, go ahead.
First of all, TJ, I want to understand why you think that San Francisco's defense lost in the game when I think their defense is what kept them in the game. They was fucking the Chiefs up. The Chiefs had 0 points after the first quarter. The Chiefs couldn't even score. At halftime, the Chiefs barely was scoring. The defense played good. Okay? They just happened to lose. And the reason why they happened to lose is because, like I said, Patrick Mahomes ain't no game manager. Patrick Mahomes is that dude that's going to win you the game. And that's why the Chiefs lost.
Game changer.
The defense.
How many of them touchdown passes did he catch? I'll wait.
Listen, the defense played good. Okay? And Patrick Mahomes went out there and said, even though this defense is playing so good as they are, I'm still going to win this game. And that's what happened. So it's not about the San Francisco defense. San Francisco played their best game they could. Brock Purdy, I was proud of him. He was poised. He did the best he could.
Defense wins championships.
Then they played good.
The defense did not win that championship.
They played good enough to win that game. It's just that Patty Mahomes
they played good. They didn't play great. They didn't play great. They had to play great, and they didn't play great. They had KC in a couple of third and longs, and KC converted on them shits.
Because of the man, because of Patrick Mahomes, huh? That was Patrick Mahomes. Right. I give more credit to Mahomes' play than I give to
they couldn't stop him, is what I'm saying. If the defense could stop Patrick Mahomes, then they would have won the game, period.
They stopped him a lot. Though.
But the defense could not stop him.
They did, a whole lot.
Not when the money was on the table.
Not when the money was on the table. What was the final score to say that defense stopped them a lot? I'm waiting.
26, 23,
They
or
only
something like
scored
that.
26 points. What was it? No, it was 25-22.
Because I agree with you, Tyrone. And yo, that 49ers defense was whooping their ass. But it was a total team adjustment that flipped the switch. And a total team fuck up, Big O, on the part of the 49ers by way of a bit the same shit that we complained about, the same shit that we complained about with the Baltimore Ravens. They abandoned the run. The same run game that was kicking the Chiefs' ass.
So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My drunk ass fell asleep during the second half and shit. I was up for OT though. My drunk ass was out of it, boy. That goddamn Uncle Nearest, man, is something else. I'll be honest with you.
All right, so go talk to Uncle Nearest real quick. TJ.
Man was speeding. He was speeding. He was speeding, bro. The liquor ain't going anywhere, man. Who are you racing?
I don't know. me and a spotted liver. That's what I was.
So TJ, so let's get back to TJ then. Uncle Nearest will wait. Like I was just setting up the table that fucking let the fucking bottle fall off the fucking bar stand. But freaking the 49ers did exactly what the Baltimore Ravens did 2 weeks prior. Right or wrong?
Yeah, you can say that. Like you said, it was both sides of the ball. It was both sides, but Brock Purdy in overtime did what he had to do. He marched his team downfield to win the game. And then it was up to the San Francisco defense. All they had to do was get 4 stops. You know, it's four down territory at that point. It's 4 stops, and they could not get 4 stops. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to, because if they don't score the touchdown, they have to kick a field goal and tie it, and it goes into double overtime. But
right. And the block, that block extra point showed to be really huge also.
Huge.
At one point.
Yeah.
But if I had to blame anything, which I don't blame nothing on the 49ers for losing that game. But if I had to blame anything on the 49ers for losing that game, it's not the defense. It was the special teams and that muff punt that gave Kansas City that short field. That changed the momentum. That changed the game right there. And that's where I think
Tyrone, you the man that said special teams ain't shit. You said don't give nothing to the punter.
And they proved
don't
it.
give nothing
They
to
proved
the kicker.
that they wasn't shit. They cost them the game.
This is the same man that just said special teams.
And you want to know who cost? You want to know who cost the 49ers the game? The same coach who was the offensive coordinator who lost 28-3.
Whoa. And he still got his job.
And this motherfucker fired Steve Wilks, the defensive coordinator. The same defensive coordinator that had that 49ers defense balling all game, like Tyrone said. Balling all game.
He was the fucking
scapegoat.
He was the scapegoat.
That was the scapegoat. When you, offensive coordinator, you know who you are because you're the head coach and you ain't gonna fire yourself. Y'all abandoning the run, just like John Harbaugh did in Baltimore 2 weeks ago against them damn same Chiefs. That lost y'all the game. When Christian McCaffrey, when I saw Christian McCaffrey was only at like 40-something yards or 50-something yards at halftime, I was like, oh, that's a problem. And when you watch him run the ball, he didn't get stopped behind the line of scrimmage that often.
But then why? So the question is, why is the trend like, okay, we're just gonna abandon the run and go for the home run? Being the pass.
They didn't go for the home run all game. That's the thing. You were asleep for most of it, so they didn't go for the home run the whole game. They were dot like Purdy was dotting some passes out there. Purdy was dropping dimes out there. that Chiefs defensive coverage was fucking out of this world. They played
Shout out to
for the most part.
Spagnolo.
For the
And I,
most part, they
I tell you
played.
my take on Spagnolo.
They
No,
played.
their corners were really good. Their corners were really
Their
good.
corners were really
They
good.
broke up a lot of big plays.
And I will say, even though I'm screaming that they abandoned the run, when they needed a stop, that Chiefs defense was getting stops. And that was where the difference was set in. To where
Yeah,
they
the
were getting
defense
stops, allowing Kansas
were
City's
hard body in the
offense
second half.
that was stalling heavy in a lot of the early points in the game to get back in the game. So if there was any one MVP to me for that game, that entire Chiefs defense should have been the fucking MVP of the Super Bowl. Because if it wasn't for that, they would have never left enough meat on the bone for Mahomes and that offense to do what they did.
I kind of would
Word.
probably agree with you, except for the fact that the 49ers lost that game because of 2 fumbles. Had McCaffrey not had that fumble, the 49ers probably was on the way to a touchdown there. And then the punt, the special teams fumble too, the 49ers would have had another possession right there. So I think those 2 fumbles is what really.
You're right. That
cost them
that
the
McCaffrey
game.
fumble was bigger than the special teams fumble
Yeah, it
because
was.
they were in.
But
They were inside the red zone at that point.
but Mahomes is getting picked off for the first times in the whole playoffs was almost the first table turner and game changer. That's what the Chiefs turnovers in the beginning is what had everything lopsided the 49ers way.
Yeah, that's how they got the points.
So I mean it was, again, this wasn't a, I can't give all the credit to Pat Mahomes did what he was supposed to do. But again, Pat Mahomes didn't do all the point scoring. He had to distribute the ball to somebody, he played excellent down that last stretch, especially the overtime stretch, to help assist in winning them the game.
You can't leave points on the board against Mahomes because he will kill you. He will come back and kill you.
And that's really,
He will
that's
come back
kind
and
of the
kill you.
point of it all, man. But it was great.
He's like,
just
yo,
to-
all I need is a chance.
That's it. And that's all that offense needed. This as a whole is, just give them a chance, Freaking Travis Kelce didn't have like the biggest game that he normally would either. Like, how used to are we hearing Travis Kelce at like 100 yards receiving?
No, but he had clutch catches though. He had clutch catches.
Oh yeah, that's when we saw him the most. It was just happened to be clutch moments more than his normal consistency of I'm at 11 catches, 100 yards, and it's halftime.
Right.
He was just more moment man than his normal self.
Well, like I said, when he was at the table and Mahomes wanted to go to him, he was there.
They had my man. They had Travis Kelce so heated that he attacked Andy Reid on a play that he wasn't even in. There was a running play. He wasn't even in the game.
And he said he wanted to be there. He said he wanted to be on that play because he's an excellent blocker too. Travis Kelce's a full tight end. He blocks. Yeah, it was a frustrating thing because he honestly thought that they might lose the game, and he, that's him. Because the way the offense was sputtering, like Dan said, it was frustrating because that's not normal for them. They usually can get at least a touchdown. They didn't have a touchdown or a field goal. Nah, that's not KC Ball. That's not KC Ball, man. And this is on the biggest stage, so he not trying to lose. You want that in your players. You want that fire in your players. Now I don't know if that's a normal thing that he yells at Reed because that was the first time we saw it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they walk off and you don't see it in the back, off a kickoff or some shit like that. Or when he's talking to the offense, they really don't show that shit. But that was just a heat of the moment thing. And I don't think that was something. It was just out of character. He was in the heat of the moment, and he felt he could have done a better job than the person that was in there, and that's what it was.
That player coach type of activity happens more than y'all would ever think, but we saw it
and
because it was the Super Bowl and it was Taylor Swift's boyfriend. What is he gonna do next? You know what I'm saying?
but
Like
then
that's
but
literally,
then
and I'm not bringing that up in no kind of way. That's literally how
right
they were treating him the whole night, with the cameras focused on him to even see shit like
right
that. Now I
right
did realize somebody put up
but
they only showed Taylor Swift on camera for about 58 seconds of the whole game. Props to her.
but what I'm saying is Kelsey is that type of player. He can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Because he don't know the
I'm
no,
not saying that. No, and see, don't. I kind of see what you're saying. Is like as I was using the term, he's kind of got the cultural cachet in the locker room and amongst the masses to be able to step to his coach like that.
No,
Realistically, nobody should be stepping to their coach like that. All I was just saying is that shit
right,
happens, whether we see it or not. Shit
right,
I
like
don't,
that happens.
right,
I don't even think it shouldn't be
right.
done. There's a difference between aggression and passion and frustration and disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So if you and your coach got a relationship where he knows that you're frustrated, he knows that it's your like enthusiasm and all that make you do that. He ain't gonna feel disrespected by it. So why should we as the fans watching it feel like it was disrespectful? You know what I mean? A lot of fans said it was disrespectful.
That part you said that very
Andy
well.
100% wasn't disrespected at all. He didn't feel that way.
And Tyrone, it goes back to
Right.
what we spoke about earlier with the context. We don't even know what the fuck they were saying. All we just saw was fire and brimstone out of Travis's face and the fact that he bumped Andy Reid.
Right.
But we don't know
Right.
what was said.
Right. I'm sure when they come out with the video of the Super Bowl, they'll conveniently leave that in there. Hopefully they'll leave that in there. But it's like you said, you know, that it happens more often than you think. And Travis and like Lisper said, it was in the heat of the moment. It was passionate, and he wasn't taking it as disrespect because Andy Reid knew the situation too. So he just knew that he was just heated at the time. That play call or whatever, or how it wasn't executed the way it should have been. So Andy Reid didn't take it as disrespect because he knew it was a heat of the moment shit, and he don't normally come at him like that. You know what I'm saying? In a disrespectful manner. Everybody's got respect for each other on that field, in that locker room. No voice is going to be not unheard. That's the culture they got in Kansas City. So, I mean, if it's a fourth stringer coming at him, I can see that being an issue because it's his first time playing and he caught a ball or some shit like that. But nah. Travis Kelce has got the ear of the coach and the locker room, and when he speaks, people listen. So that's all that was.
Yeah, that shit was nothing to me. Now, if he knocked them over and they were, they lost the game, then it's like, oh, well, they would have made a way bigger deal about it because they lost. They didn't win. They
Yeah,
lost. And
absolutely.
oh, my
Absolutely.
goodness, they would have said Taylor
Oh.
Swift's boyfriend assaulted his head coach. Like, come on. And that's how they would have disrespected him. That's how they would have disrespected him.
Can we also talk about the halftime show for the Super Bowl this year? I mean,
I didn't want to watch it.
I mean, Usher did his damn thing. He did his damn thing. Respect to that man. Respect to that
one
man.
aspect
It was a well done halftime show.
We're not talking about one aspect of it, and that's for corny, insecure people. Let them have them conversations.
Oh no! I'm not even gonna bring. I wasn't even bringing that up.
Yeah, I'm just reminding you we ain't talking about that.
Yeah, it's a good thing you said something. It's a good thing you said.
Of course. But no,
I do.
The way it was choreographed, he had all those people. Go ahead, Ty. Go ahead.
I do want to bring up Alicia Keys, but not for the thing we ain't talking about. But I do want to bring her up to say something's off with her. Something's missing, man, because her performances lately have not been up to par. And that Super Bowl thing, I was like, kind of like, this ain't something going on with her. Maybe she's losing her voice. Maybe she's just not into it as much anymore. But I just thought like she wasn't hitting them notes how I feel.
No,
like
you know what? She started off rough. She started
especially
rough.
at the Super Bowl.
Her voice
especially for
cracked
it
in
to
the
be the
beginning
Super
of her
Bowl.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you supposed to, this
Yeah.
is your kill it moment. And I feel like Alicia was kind of like, I was like, man, something going on.
You know, my point of view,
I don't think
view
people
is
recognize.
my bad. Go ahead,
Go
TJ.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was
All
just
right.
gonna
No, I
quickly
was just saying.
say, oh damn it. Well, we were both gonna say.
Go
Now,
ahead.
my thing real quick is just that she looked like everything that we talked about today in some sort of a way. Everything we talked about today, you need to put in reps. You need to put in reps to keep it going. And she didn't look like she might have been putting in them reps before. Maybe rehearsals, but rehearsals and out there doing the live performances consistently are two different things.
Two different things.
And that's
Yes.
that. TJ, go ahead. My bad. That was it.
No. I get what you're saying, and that's the point I was alluded to. But she cleaned it up strong at the end. Like she was, I don't know, she was just matching Usher's voice at that time, tempo or whatever. But it started off. It was a real struggle in the start off because with her voice cracked for New York, and I was like, oh, that's. You don't expect that, like you said, Dan. You don't expect that on the biggest stage. You want them to be polished. You want them to be out there and everybody saying their shit clean, crisp, clear. And besides her, everybody else was really good. Everybody, I mean, they was rapping. Her came out there and did her thing on her guitar. That was dope. That was dope. Like Usher said, he brought Atlanta to the world and the world to Atlanta that night. That was, I like that. That was dope.
Yeah, nice. We all seen a clip of Genuine when he was trying to dance, and we was all like, "What are you doing?" And that was the same thing that Dan was talking about. Like, yo, if you don't put the work in between shows, and when you're not, you're things like that is gonna happen at the Super Bowl.
The Genuine thing don't connect really, because that's just that was a mistake, and the using your voice, the vocal muscles is different from trying to do some fake wannabe freaky ass dance looking like a slimy granddad. You know what
But
I'm
he
saying?
would no, Dan. He would have looked like a slimy granddad had been practicing on the side.
Possibly, but in a dance, just like singing, anything can still happen. It's just
Yeah.
the vocal cords. It's different. It's different. It's a different type of, because anybody could bust out some funky ass moves like Genuine did, and try to make it look like it's something, but then he busts his ass, or
Right.
you could
You're
step
right.
wrong,
You're right.
or you could completely miss and fucking Looney Tunes yourself right off the stage, looking like Wile E. Coyote falling off the mountain and shit, and with all the practice in the world.
You're right.
You know what
You're
I'm saying?
totally right. You're totally right. But
But-
let's remember that we're talking about a
What's up?
small. We're talking about a small 3-second fumble, for lack of a better word, that Alicia Keys had. I mean, you can have all the practice in the world, and still that will still happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, shout out to Alicia Keys. I think she had her performance, her piece was excellent. And I really don't have no complaints about that. You mute, by the way.
I just thought, I don't know. When I saw Alicia, my heart, I feel for her because my heart was like, oh, Alicia Keys, I'm not saying that it was bad. What I'm saying is what I thought. Alicia Keys at the Super Bowl, she coming out, you thinking like, oh shit, you getting ready already. And then when she came out, that note went right. It kind of broke my heart a little bit. It kind of was like, dang. You know what I mean? It took me down a little bit. I ain't saying that it ain't bad. I ain't saying she didn't recover. I'm not hating on her. I'm just saying when I saw her with that red and she looked stunning, and the way they had the red cape going over the whole stadium or whatever, that was fire shit. And I was just like, oh, here it comes, and it didn't come the way I wanted it to. And that's where I'm saying that as far as the halftime show is concerned, that was the only part that kind of like fucked me up a little bit.
I get us 8 out of 10, man. 8 out of 10. Maybe a 9. That was a hell of a show, man.
One thing I was disappointed in was the fucking commercials, dog. Them commercials didn't pop like Super Bowl commercials usually pop. I was a little disappointed. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for those 2 or 3 good banging ass commercials I could talk about, and I was just like, these commercials is fucked up.
Yo, Budweiser don't do commercials no more?
Yeah, I guess not. I guess they said, fuck, they done with the whole. I guess they spent so much money. You know what I think might have happened with Budweiser, right? So they sponsored so many Super Bowls and did so much shit and spent so much money that I think that what happened is Budweiser was like, yo, when is we gonna get the homie discount? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm thinking that Budweiser was like, yo, can we get a discount on this? Can we, you know how when you keep doing for the homie, he don't give you no discount? You know how your barbershop don't never throw in a free cut or something? And you've been going there for 20 years? I think that's how Budweiser felt. I think Budweiser was like, yo, can we get a commercial? And they was like, yo, you gotta pay with everybody else gotta pay. And they was like, you know what, fuck you. You know what I mean? That's why
them niggas like, word, I've been here since Super Bowl 3.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
You know what else I didn't know? I didn't know that Team Move had all that.
You mute.
Go ahead, TJ.
Yeah, how whack were the Super Bowl commercials this year?
That's what we were just talking about.
Oh.
I didn't know that Team Move had that much money. Team had commercial break. I was like, damn, Team Move, we all get these millions from.
Had like 4 commercials on there.
Oh my God. in that home.com.
What's that model? Shop like a millionaire?
Dude, Temu had that money, boy.
Black people fuck with Temu. This is like how we was fucking with Temu. Just like how we fucking with Wiz about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. Yeah, we fuck with Temu now. I don't.
Yeah, that's the new shit. I don't fuck with it either. I don't trust nothing that comes out of there.
And also that homes.com had a bunch of commercials too. I was like, the Jeff Goldblum company or whatever.
Yeah. Apartment.com, whatever.
Yeah, they had a bunch of joints too. I was like, damn, I ain't know they had bread like that to be doing the fucking Super Bowl shit.
Yo, and Geico, just to let y'all know, Geico,
right?
I fuck with the caveman. I don't fuck with the lizard. I fuck with the caveman, Geico.
Yeah, Geico let us down though. I thought they was gonna have some better shit. I thought Progressive was gonna have some better shit.
That's why y'all goddamn rates so high because of
the Arnold Schwarzenegger shit was trash.
Yeah, State Farm fucking dropped the ball for real. They should have killed it because they Patrick Mahomes is their man. They should have killed that job.
Yo, did y'all see the freaking so yesterday they had the slam dunk contest, either slam dunk contest or a 3-point shooting contest, and dude from the commercial was on there. They had him as Jake from State Farm. I'm like, yo, I know this nigga name not Jake, man. I know his name is not Jake.
Yeah. He was looking sharp too. Your man was looking sharp, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, your man was looking. His shit was fresh. His cut was fresh. He had the glasses on. Your man was up there hard body.
Y'all know who I thought had the best commercial for the Super Bowl though? The Aubrey Plaza Mountain Dew Baja Blast commercial. No, Aubrey Plaza when she was like, I can have Baja Blast anywhere. I can have Baja Blast at any time. And they kept showing her through different things of like movies and stuff. She was like, I'm having a Baja Blast. But the funny part was when the aliens had her in the thing and she was like, why don't y'all just probe me already?
That was a good commercial.
Yeah, man.
That was a really good commercial.
Yo, does Ben know he's on mute or no?
Yeah, he's on mute. He knows.
I think he's having a private conversation. Look like.
Yeah, he's having another conversation. That's why he's laughing.
Okay.
Hey, why did you know what else was surprising to me? Taylor Swift showing up with Ice Spice. I was like, what's going on here? I thought that
Ice
was
Spice
like
didn't look like she had a clue what was going on, bro.
No.
She didn't look like she don't watch no sports.
I think
Travis-
Taylor was
Travis
just like, you
Jones-
want to go to the Super Bowl? I think Taylor Swift was just like, hey, you want to go to the Super Bowl? And she was just like, all right, cool. 'Cause
Yep.
she did not belong there.
Yo, your boy Travis though was
No, but you know what? That was a strong.
Travis
That
Kelce
was a strong
putting
look
that
for
work
her
in, boy.
though. That was a real strong.
For Ice
That was
Spice,
a real strong.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah.
I caught up to Big O's Gossip Corner. That's what happened. I got a phone
Yeah.
call. My bad. Like I
Yeah,
fell
yeah.
into Big
What it
O's
was,
Gossip
man.
Corner.
This is not. It wasn't gossip.
Yeah.
Corner. This is what happened. We seen it.
I know, but this is your type of vibe.
No, that was
though.
a really
We
good look
seen
for
it.
Ice Spice.
Nah, yeah, word. I was just
Travis
crazy. I
Kelce
was
was-
like, yo, little hood girl from the Bronx. That like, yeah, she out there.
Travis Kelce was like, "Oh yeah, my brother just scored. Yeah, but yo, what's going on after the game?" That's what he was doing. But what you doing after the game though?
Hit
Yeah,
Jason Kelsey with the you thought I was feeling you?
Yo,
You a munch.
that'd been some hurtful shit, boy. I would have been on my
TJ.
John Snyder shit. I'd been on my John Snyder shit after that. They all pissing on trees.
Here's the question, fellas. Here's the big question now, though. So Patrick Mahomes, 28 years old, third Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
How close is he to Tom Brady now?
Halfway there.
2 away
as far
or
as
3
what?
away. I think they got
He's halfway there.
3.
As far
Closer.
as like surpassing or maybe being compared or maybe being called maybe better than Brady, like how far
He's
is he to
halfway there.
becoming like go to football?
I think he's a better quarterback than Brady, but he's still 4 away or 5 away
Well,
from passing him in Super Bowl wins. So there's
He's
that
never gonna get
argument
that.
there. There's
Well,
that
he's never
argument
gonna get
there.
that. We know.
You say
So-
that now. Tom Brady was never gonna get 6.
Hold on, time out. Tom Brady
No
got
time-
7.
mm.
Respect him. He got
Right,
7.
no, but he was never going to get 6, is what I'm saying. I know he's at 7.
Here's what
So
I'm saying.
how we gonna say never already?
Patrick Mahomes is at 3. He's 28. So that means to get to 7, to get to 8, he's got to win 5 more Super Bowls within like the next 10 years. Yeah, I
And?
don't think so. I don't think so.
We
So
just
here's
sat
the
here.
thing.
We just
Okay,
sat here.
He could win. He could win 3. He can still win 3 more for sure.
But
Okay,
don't
3 more, that
try to
gives him
run
6.
over Tyrone. Pause for a second, because don't try to make your point and then try to drive the truck over us to land it and make sure we stick with it. Tom Brady just spent how many fucking years in the league and won 7? Been to how many? Why can't Patrick Mahomes do the same thing?
Because Andy Reid is an old ass man, and we're not sure if he could do it without Andy Reid.
We said the same thing about Tom Brady being away from Bill Belichick.
He won 1.
He still won 1. That put him at 7.
At the
So
tail
what are
end
we
of his
saying?
career.
Wait, I'm
the tail
not
end
saying
of his
Patrick
career.
can't do it. I'm just
What are
saying,
we
be
saying?
real.
Pat
5 Super Bowls-
won 3. He won 3 out of 4 appearances within his first 5 years in the league or 6 years in the league?
That alone
crazy.
puts
That's
him in a
crazy.
great conversation.
That alone says why
That's
the fuck can't
crazy.
he win 8? Why? This is
I'm
what
not-
I'm arguing. I'm not gonna flat out and say, I'm sorry, Tyrone. I know you're gonna go, but I'm not gonna flat out and say it ain't possible. It ain't possible. It ain't gonna happen. Nobody was gonna pass Jordan. Jordan didn't even pass Bill Russell.
Come on,
Bill
man.
Russell's playing with plumbers, but go ahead.
Yo, let's be clear. Let's be really clear. Bill Russell was not that great of a basketball player, man. He just ended up on a team that was dominant at the time. If Bill Russell had to be the lead guy on a basketball team for real, he would not have 11 championships, dog. He was not that good.
Oh
Y'all
my
keep
God.
saying he's that good because he had 11. Bill Russell
And
was
he won.
his
He
stat-
won 1 as a
Bill
players
Russell's
coach.
stat
But
sheet
that's
was
not the
bummy.
argument. But the argument. This is why I hate this argument basing it on championships. This is all I spun y'all into the web of. This is why the fuck I hate that conversation, because you can't in one respect talk up. Listen, you can't in one respect talk up somebody's greatness and then say, yeah, but they won 6 rings and he won 3 three-peats and that's how he did it. But then there are people that person hasn't eclipsed. There are things that other people have done better than said person, but because this person was this in your time, no, I'm sorry. You can't base these fucking conversations off of championships.
There's a real difference. Robert Ory has more championships than Michael Jordan.
I know that.
But we're not going to say that Robert Ory is better than Michael Jordan because that's ridiculous.
Exactly, because I'm not going to put championships in the conversation. That's a different level of separate. When you're separating the conversation, that's a different level.
But for Jordan to be better than
Bill Russell won one as a player coach.
For Jordan to be better than Bill Russell. I mean, for Bill Russell to be better
I didn't
than Jordan,
say that, and that's don't.
No. I'm not saying you did. I'm saying for Bill Russell to be better than Jordan, the only thing he can use is championships. But that don't mean nothing. Jordan didn't have to surpass Bill Russell in championships to be better than him. He didn't have to. And that's what I'm asking. Does Patrick Mahomes might not have to surpass Brady in championships to be better than him on the GOAT list. But what I'm saying is, me, I just don't believe that he will.
But you can't answer. You can't set it. My bad. You can't set a question and deliver your answer right away. Like you set the question, give it to the panel, then give your answer.
But y'all forced me to answer. I gave it to the panel, and then you started talking your shit.
Let TJ speak. I want to hear TJ what you got to say.
Ty, does Jordan win those last three without Dennis Rodman?
No.
Does Jordan win any of those? What? All right then. If they don't have him, Jordan's not winning 3 consecutive chips, and he's still going to be considered a GOAT.
I mean,
okay.
I hate to.
Patrick Mahomes got the point behind already.
That's the point behind Patrick Mahomes that I'm saying. I think he's a better quarterback. He's better at the quarterback position than Tom Brady. But when you look at quote unquote winning, he's still got that many to go. And I believe that Patrick has enough in him to last long enough to make it that far.
I hate to compare football, have football analogies with basketball, because basketball you have 5, football you have 11, right? So that also plays a major part. Mahomes,
it's team game regardless.
But it's more moving parts with football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like with football, I mean, Mahomes doing what he's done at such an early stage of his football career. What is the average lifespan of a football player in NFL? Isn't it like 3 years, 4 years?
3 years, 3 to 6.
I mean, for him to go to the AFC Championship every year is an accomplishment in itself. That alone should put him in a conversation with best quarterback that's ever played. Because Marino hasn't done that. And before Brady, as far as AFC quarterbacks, I've always considered Marino to be the best quarterback to come out of the AFC. I never seen Bradshaw play.
Jim Kelly was nice too. Jim Kelly was nice, but
he wasn't better than Marino.
Let me put it in this concept, right? Everybody on the panel, is Patrick Mahomes your GOAT right now?
He's in the GOAT conversation.
He's the great. This is the problem with GOAT. Technically, the greatest of all time is a one-person conversation. He is the best of this era of football.
Yes.
There's no GOAT right now. There's no GOAT. No, he is the best of this era of football.
Tier 1. He's tier 1.
Okay, Dan ain't gonna do it. Big O, who's the GOAT?
No. Come back.
Okay, Dan, who's the GOAT? Then
Who's the GOAT of football? Who's the GOAT of football?
He's tier 1. Everyone else,
Who's the GOAT?
Josh Allen, everyone else is tier 2.
Who's the GOAT?
Nobody's saying that though. Oh, who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT of football?
It gotta be Brady. It gotta be Brady than Montana.
Okay. Well, now,
no, that's for you. Jim Brown, motherfucker.
If Brady is your GOAT,
Jim Brown is my GOAT. No, you asked me first. I said Jim Brown is the GOAT.
No, he said my quarterback though.
No, I said GOAT.
He said football. Period.
Oh, I'm going with Barry.
With the walk-off home run. I like that. Oh,
okay.
Barry.
No matter what. Barry's your GOAT. Barry's your GOAT. Y'all got different goals, right? But here's the thing. How close, what does Patrick Mahomes have to do to become your GOAT? That's my whole point. If he wins 5 Super Bowls, is he the GOAT? If he wins, what does he have to do to become the GOAT of football to you?
To me, he would have to influence me in a way to want to change my list. That's it. He would have to influence me in a way to want to change my list.
That part.
That's all it is. I see what you're trying to say. I see what you're trying to get to. But if it's my list, I have to want to make up my mind to put him there. I'm never going to put Brady as my number 1 quarterback because it's my list. Yes, he won a lot. Yes, he won the most championships, but it's my list, and I don't think he's the best quarterback ever.
Okay.
There could be simply nothing that Patrick Mahomes does that makes my list.
So
that's it.
Well, Dan is correct. Dan is correct because Patrick Mahomes is probably already his greatest quarterback. Now, I'm saying to them, if you're going to put a quarterback as the GOAT of the NFL, he has to be better than every other quarterback.
But Tyrone,
right now, Mahomes is.
There's a lot of moving parts to that. Because me growing up as a child, right? I'm a Giants fan. Lawrence Taylor, to me, is the greatest fucking defensive player. Like, I'm a Lawrence Taylor fan, Giants fan, da-da-da. But Montana, to me, growing up as a child, nothing was better than Montana, right? So credential-wise, Brady has surpassed Montana. But Montana's still my childhood, fan, my hero, whatever. And so it's still tough to say, okay, Brady is the GOAT, Mahomes is the GOAT, because to me, I still have to give Montana I still have to put Montana in the conversation.
This is the problem that we always have with Jordan super stands. It's because they are so attached to everything you just said.
Yes.
Montana is attached to my childhood. Montana was the greatest thing I ever seen in my childhood. Michael Jordan is the greatest person I've ever seen play in my childhood. Nothing is going to be better than my childhood. That's the problem with this conversation. This is why, no disrespect, this is why I usually hate this conversation. I'm willing to have it, don't get me twisted, but this is why I usually hate this conversation, because also too, I was bullshitting in a way about Jim Brown being my GOAT. I didn't see Jim Brown play. You get what I'm saying? I didn't see him fucking play, but I was just saying that just to diffuse the ego of, I'm never going to put a quarterback at number 1. That's number 1. But the point is we don't allow fucking growth. That right here, we don't allow growth. We don't allow growth in some of our minds. This is why people from our era they hesitate to put LeBron James at a pedestal next to or close to Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to hang on it. I'm just stating like the mental fucking lack of capacity to just see and respect each era. That's why when you asked the question, Tyrone, I led with Pat Mahomes is the best of this era.
What?
He's not. Even in the NFL, even when the NFL did get top best player of all time, Jerry Rice was named number 1. I didn't like it, but that was their
Yes,
list.
and I was gonna say, I know, and I was just to say that I was gonna say Jerry Rice is my GOAT. As much as it pains me to say it, Jerry Rice was an unstoppable force. He was an unstoppable force when San Francisco was at the height of their career. They had Roger Craig, they had Taylor, they had I forgot who other their tight end was. They had their big ass bruising running fullback.
They had
San Francisco was that team.
Fullback.
Yeah. That was a team, and they had the right coach for that system, and that's why these guys were as successful as they were.
Just like the 49ers were, that lost the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago.
Last week.
Yeah,
last week.
Last week. That's that. Just as how. That's how.
Remember, you don't even remember the second half.
Yo, that's how time moves along so crazy. I think we all forgot that the Super Bowl was only last week.
It doesn't feel like it was last week. It doesn't feel like it was last
ago
week. It feels like it was 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, here's my point.
That's crazy. That's social media.
Peyton Manning is my GOAT. And Brady winning 7 Super Bowls didn't put him over Peyton Manning for me. So I'm saying there's nothing that Patrick Mahomes can do to put y'all over who y'all GOAT is. That's my point. So it's like,
yeah,
what he's doing
just
great
went in a roundabout way to get to.
No, if I was asking y'all, if Patrick Mahomes, can he get to being your GOAT? Like, how far away is Patrick Mahomes from being your GOAT? Because he's got 3 Super Bowls, he's 28 years old. And I'm saying if he has to surpass Brady, he's going to have about 10 years to win 5 Super Bowls. So I'm saying, does he have to do that to move up on your GOAT list, or can he win? Like, if he wins 6 Super Bowls, does he move up on the GOAT list?
Yes.
He
does. For me, he does.
And for me, I think he's already better athletically at the quarterback position than Tom Brady. This is where these conversations it's all subjective because it's all what you think. Just like how you thought that the quarterback is the end all be all, it's everything. You can't win without it, can't lose without you lose without, like it's everybody else's fault when you lose. But it's the quarterback. Nah, I'm joking. Anyway, we done, man. I gotta get ready to go take a dip dive in hell. Luckily for one day, because I found out I'm actually off tomorrow too. So motherfuckers that are working. I'm working 3 days this week.
TJ still beat you, so you ain't high.
I know. I know. Yo, today was fun. I like the energy of the arguing. I like that I was able to stay a little bit warmer today because I did it inside, But Big O, you were in the building. We need to
Sure.
CPTO.
Nah, man, yo, great show, man. Yo, great show. Yo, isn't it funny? I was gonna say that, Barry is my favorite player of all time. But Megatron is my second favorite player of all time. And they both from a shitty ass franchise. Shout out to them that they did their thing this year, and Dan Campbell, Giants alum, that's turning the franchise around, man. So I love that. But great show. Can't wait for next week, man. Yo, shout out to the listeners. Chiming in. Yeah, man. Yo, I'll pass it off to TJ.
Yeah, it was a good show today. I liked it a lot. I liked the back and forth today. It was very spirited. It was very spirited exchanges today. So that was dope. I like that. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to old Lisbeth, of course, the mayor. Shout out to Jamal. Hope to see you next week. Feel better, brother. And what's up with you, Tom?
Shout out to Jamal. I was sick a couple of weeks ago, missed the show, so I know how that feels. And I like this because, I like the fact that I can't win here because y'all don't. Y'all don't care about shutting up. See, most of the time I can talk my shit right. And I win because they don't want to even deal with it no more. But y'all don't never do that. You don't shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that y'all just don't let me win by default. Because I be trying my best. It don't be working out. But it's cool though, because that's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? I'm here to be challenged by grown men, you know. So it's all good. That's why I enjoy coming on this show, because I cannot do my normal shit to y'all that I do to other people. So you know what I mean? I still feel like I win every week though, but you know, that's just me and my conceited, you know, self. But I'm glad this shit is fun for me because I'm getting combated in the fight. And it's not even that, it's an intelligent combated, because sometimes y'all have points that I can't even dispute. But I gotta stand on business and look stupid. But it's cool. But it's all right though, bro. I can't wait to do this again.
Word. And you know what's crazy, Big O, because I didn't want to jump in when you was giving your finals, but I had my same thing about Detroit too, but not Megatron. I forgot all the receivers that was there before, and especially we always said they had shit offensive linemen. That offensive line that Barry Sanders ran behind, I believe I'd have to look up the names because I don't remember. I know Lomas Brown is one. They got 2 Hall of Famers on that line. So we can't always say he had shit off his line. He had shit everything else around him. But the Detroit Lions was always my sympathy team. You know, like it was Philadelphia's number 1. The Chiefs was almost my team, but I never picked it up. But they were one of my sympathy teams. But Detroit, because Barry Sanders was my favorite running back of all time. Still to this day, there ain't nobody. There's my GOAT of running back. There ain't nobody better. There hasn't been anybody better. I don't give a fuck about what your stats were. Ain't nobody better than Barry Sanders ever, still to this day.
Yeah, the man who
Childhood
ran 100 yards gets in.
Childhood
right here.
Dan, you said sympathy teams. I was like, oh, I have one of those. It was the Saints for a long time before they got good.
We got. You know what? Like, next week we gonna talk about some of them because we all. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. And it's funny enough. Shout out to the brother JP. We always crack jokes on him because he had 2 solidified teams in his Bears and his Raiders. I never had solidified teams. It was my team, and then there might be a team I might ride for the season. Pause. You know, like you said, sympathy. The Jets was on there for a long time because my brother's a Jets fan.
But because you said ride for, not ride on. You would have said ride on.
And with that being said, hookclub.com, 20% off your order using the code STARTING5. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Sir.